They're all wet and sudsy because they're all in there. You see all the parts? Look at them all. I'll here. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright guys, here are the parts. I went and I soaked them because everything was just covered in oil after working and doing, especially doing the taps. There was just oil everywhere. There's oil all over my hands. I read the label. It's like it causes cancer. I'm like, I want to get this off. So these are tapped. It actually looks like they kind of tapped all the way through, but I relieved them. It's just my tap actually caught a little bit, which is nice because it actually got it really aligned, and I aligned it on the lathe. So I used the back end of the lathe and I on the hole right here. And so I used that to point it, and then I had this in the lathe chuck, and I pushed it forward, and I used that to start the thread, and then I pitched it over, put it in the clamp, and then threaded it down. And worked pretty good. I didn't get any film of it because I was just fucking exhausted today. But these guys are done. It looks like they're rusting. I need to clean these guys off. Yeah, I think I just gave them all a little rust to show. I had to go out there and blow all these free just with my mouth because I didn't have I don't have a compressed air thing right now because my air compressor is broken because it was literally so cold in my garage, and I went out there to fill up my tires. I had a flat tire because I had a leaky tire, which I got fixed because I have no money and it's so hard to keep all these things together. Anyway, went out there, grabbed my air compressor by the hose, and the hose just snapped because it was frozen because I didn't have the heater on out there. So now I leave a heater on out there so it doesn't get down to freezing. But anyway, these guys are tapped. So you'll see here, they tap here, and that's kind of awesome. And I don't think I have actually, did I bring one? Yes, I did. So this one comes all the way through, right? So this is how these things bolt together. So there'll be a piece, an extrusion of metal here, and an extrusion of metal here, and they'll mount up like this, and then this one will be able to slide through this one, and so they'll be sitting here like this, and it'll come in with this bolt and bolt them down quite like that, and I'll be able to get that shit really tight because that's the reason for putting this as an insert as opposed to just like drilling a hole in the metal is the metal would not be supported here and it would actually bend in, so you couldn't actually put a lot of force on this, but by having this here can be in compression this way to very, very high loads. I mean, I can literally crank on that with a impact driver and just put it down as tight as I want because this is a big old thick nut, and that'll make it really easy to bolt stuff on, take it on and off, and then eventually I would like to get all these taps. I'm not going to do it by hand because this was insanely hard to do, but at some point I'm going to own a CNC lathe, and when I do that, I'm going to build like 50 of these, 100 of these, I don't know, and put them all over the top of the table, so that then I'll be able to use them as clamping points too. I can kind of use that with the ones that are in there, so I'll probably actually build some clamps that would work with these to start off. But then I really don't want to I really don't want to make this many by hand. I don't want to make that many by hand. So I'm going to wait probably until I have a CNC lathe, unless maybe I could find some like stock or something and cut it up and then put it in there that way. That would be handy too. But I'm not doing those on the lathe. Even though this is exciting to do, I realize I do not want to make this. I do not want to make parts manually. I want to have CNC abilities, which I mean I kind of do now. You see how those were rusting right in front of me? That was amazing. Like that just like came up there. I went and I blew it all out. I don't think I ever finished that story. I smoked some weed earlier tonight, so I'm all over the place. But yeah, so I went. So I couldn't use the air compressor to do it. So I just went out there and blew it with my mouth. That was the end of the story. Not super exciting. These are all the tools I used, and they were covered in oil. Not all the tools, but most of the tools. And anyway, here we are. I was gonna do some more tonight, but it just started snowing, and I'm just still I'm so exhausted from having worked so much, and I'm just bitching, I guess. But I don't know if I'm gonna do much more work tonight. But I'm gonna get up tomorrow and start drilling holes for these and putting them together, and then I'll have that modular system on my table, and then after that. I'm going to build the stands for the exomuscle assembler and for the lathe, and then I'm going to move the lathe onto it and the exomuscle assembler onto it, and then fucking move. I'm going to have to also take apart my entire full workshop bench because I'm not going to carry that with... I'm taking it with me, so I have to completely disassemble my wood workbench out there. So I'm gonna take it so I have raw materials to rebuild benches. That way I don't have to buy new shit when I get there. I'm not gonna build it like it was. I'm gonna take it and use it to build new stuff. But yeah, I'm taking all that with me. So I'm moving like every nut and bolt, pulling it out and taking it with me because I'm so broke. I don't have money to rebuy anything. So this thing's coming along, and I really am planning on starting to build this thing in the next week or two. I really want to finish it. The suit. I want to start the suit before I've been vlogging for a year, and it's like episode, I think 236 or 326. So I don't know how many days that is. I don't know how many, 365. I don't know how many days that is. 26. 39 days, that should definitely be doable. Hopefully it'll be sooner than that. Hopefully it won't take that long, but yeah guys. Tomorrow's video will be cool because I'll actually be putting these on there. Bye everybody.